AP 10th class SSC public examination March 2025. Subject social studies. Solved model paper prepared by Anil Kumar Pradhan. Question paper code number 21E and 22E. Time duration 3 hours 15 minutes. Maximum marks 100. All answers shall be written in the answer booklet only. Question paper consists of 4 sections and 33 questions. Internal choice is available in section 4 only. All answers shall be written neatly and legibly. Section 1. Question numbers from 1 to 12. Each question carries 1 mark. So, as per blueprint released by the Director of Government Examination, 1 mark questions will come from these lessons only. That means Geography 1st and 6th lesson, History 1st and 3rd lesson, Political Science 2nd and 4th lesson, and Economics 1st and 4th lesson. So, from each textbook you will get 3 1 mark questions, total 12 1 mark questions. You have to give more importance to these lessons for 1 mark question. First question. Give any 2 examples for renewable resources. This question came from Geography 1st lesson, Resource and Development. The answer is renewable resources are those which get renewed or replenished quickly. Some of these are unlimited and are not affected by the human activities, such as solar energy, wind energy and tidal energy. Question number 2. Find the odd one out. Telugu Desam Party, Janasena Party, Bharatiya Janata Party and Bahujan Samaj Party. These are the 4 party names. Out of 1 is different from the remaining 3. The odd one is here Bharatiya Janata Party. That means remaining 3 parties Telugu Desam, Janasena and Bahujan Samaj Party are state parties, are regional parties, whereas Bharatiya Janata Party is a national party. Next question. Wind blows loose soil of flat or sloping land known as dash erosion. It is from Geography 1st lesson. The answer is wind erosion. Topmost layer of soil is washed away by rainwater or running water. We call it as a sheet erosion or water erosion. Next question. One of the following is not an Indian multinational company. MNC. Honda, Tata Motors, Ranbaxy and Infosys. Out of 4, Honda companies belongs to Japan, whereas Tata Motors, Ranbaxy and Infosys are from India. Question number 5. Tax on import is trade barrier, but barrier in foreign trade is dash. Foreign trade refers to the trade between different countries of the world. It consists of import and export. So, tax on import is an example of trade barrier. Government uses trade barrier to control foreign trade. So, here the tariff is the right answer. Expand UNDP. UNDP stands for United Nations Development Program. The DAS plays important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provisions and procedures. The right answer is judiciary. As you know very well, legislature, executive and judiciary are the 3 main organs of the government. So, it is the duty of the judiciary to look after the implementation of constitutional provisions and procedures. Next question. Indentured labor migration in India was abolished in the year. 1920, 1921, 1922, 1923. The right answer is 1921. This is the image. What does the given picture tell us? It tells us about this monsoon joins us in counting the raindrops. That means it is a part of rainwater harvesting. Next question. Name the secret society formed by Joseph Mazzini. Joseph Mazzini was a revolutionary. He strongly supported the unification of Italian states. He was a member of secret society called Carbonari. He founded two secret societies. One is Young Italy in Marseille. The second one is Young Europe in Bern, whose members were like-minded young men. Next question. These clues belongs to which economic crisis? 1929-30, fall in prices, decline in production. No doubt this is the clue of Great Depression of 1930s. It began around 1929 and lasted till the end of 1930s. During this period, most of the countries of the world experienced a decline in production, fall in price, employment, income, etc. The answer is Great Depression. Next question. See this map. Name easternmost city from the given list. The list are Patna, Mathura, Jaisalmer, Imphal. Here it is Jaisalmer in Rajasthan, Mathura in UP, Patna in Bihar, and Imphal is in Manipur. We ask is easternmost. So in map we must know the directions first of all. Up is north, down south, right side east and left side west. So easternmost, that Imphal will be the easternmost city of the India. Section 2. Question number from 13 to 20. Each question carries 2 marks. So for 2 mark questions, you are supposed to read Geography 6th and 7th lesson, History 3rd and 5th lesson, Political Science 2nd and 3rd lesson, Economics 4th and 5th lesson as per blueprint released by the SSC board. Now question. What are the basic industries? Give an example. This is from Geography 6th lesson, Manufacturing and Industry. Basic industries are industries which supply their product as raw material to other industries to manufacture other products. For example, iron and steel, aluminum and copper smelting. That means product of these industries will be used for reproduction in other industries. Explain how print culture assisted the growth of nationalism in India. This is from History 5th lesson, Print Culture and Modern World. Printed tracts and newspapers not only spread the ideas, new ideas, but they also shaped the nature of debate. Second, newspapers reported colonial misrule and encouraged nationalist activities. Third, newspapers conveyed news from one place to another, creating a pan-Indian identity. Fourth, novels written by novelists created a sense of pan-Indian identity. Painters like Raja Ravi Verma, Abaninandra Nath Tagore drew images of Bharat Mata, which produced a sense of nationalism among Indians. Next question. Mention any two different aspects of life in which women are discriminated or disadvantaged in India. So, what is the role of women in society? We see in India women are discriminated and disadvantaged in the following aspect. One is literacy rate. No doubt literacy rate among women is very low. They are neglected. 2. Unpaid work. Women are working at their own home, whereas nothing is paid for the work. 3rd, sex ratio. As we know very well, parents are not liking a girl child. So, sex ratio in India is very low compared to man. Next, domestic violence. Women were tortured, punished at home. 5th one, gender inequality. Parents prefers boy rather than a girl. There is always inequality between man and woman. Next question. Political representation of women is very low. No doubt in almost all political positions women's participation is very low. Next question. Flexibility in labor law help companies. Comment. If the company flexibles its rules, what will happen to it? Flexibility in labor law help companies in being competitive in the following way. First of all, it will reduce the cost of labor for the company. Second, it allowing company to hire workers on a short term basis during the period of intense work pressure. So, company will hire employees for short term only. Next, providing companies with the ability to adjust their workforce according to fluctuation in the market demand. When there is more demand, companies will recruit more people. When there is less demand, companies will recruit a less number of employees. Next, enabling companies to rapidly adapt to change in the business environment. Whenever they need, they will hire more number of employees. Question. Suppose you buy a bottle of honey and biscuit packet. Which logo or mark you will have to look for and why? We are purchasing many products from the market, whereas as a consumer we have to look for certain logos or trademarks. What are they? We will see now. When buying a bottle of honey and a biscuit packet, as there is an agriculture product, and thus you should look for the ISI mark and the Agmark logo on the packaging for its quality certification. If these logos or marks are there in the packet, that product will be best product that we can eat easily. Next question. What is the significance of border roads? Border roads organization, a government of India undertaking construct and maintain roads in the border area of our country. Border areas in the sense between India Pakistan, between India Nepal, between India China, between India Afghanistan, between India and Bangladesh, between India and Myanmar. These are the bordering areas. And this BRO was established in the year 1960. The significance of border roads can be seen in the following points. One is they have improved accessibility in the areas of difficult terrain. Difficult terrain in the sense where there is a up and downs, mountains, hills, rivers, streams, etc. Next, they have helped the economic development of the area. Third point, they have made movement of defense force easily when there is a national emergency, when there is a attack from other side or foreigners. It will be easy to move the defense forces in that road to protect our country from the enemies. Next question is a paragraph given. You have to read the paragraph and understand it. Then you have to answer the questions. Whenever like this paragraph given and questions are asked, it is very simple for you to first go through the questions, then read the paragraph. Here the question is, when did the first SRC was implemented? Here it is very clear that it was on November 1st, 1956. So, the answer is first state reorganization commission was implemented on November 1st, 1956. Second question, name any two states that speak same language. Hindi speaking states are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Telugu speaking states are Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Next question, observe the given map and answer the questions. We see the question, identify two places on east coast of India. It is the east coast, this east side. Here two places, one is Madras, the second one is Masulipattnam. The right answer are Madras and Masulipattnam. Next question, write the name of any two seas. In this map we can see only Indian Ocean and Red Sea. So, the right answer is Red Sea and Indian Ocean. Section 3, question number 21 to 28. These are 4 mark questions and you are supposed to write more than 4 to 6 points. For 4 mark questions, as per blueprint of SSC board, you have to give prioritize to geography 2nd and 5th lesson, history 1st and 4th lesson, political science 3rd and 5th lesson, economics 1st and 5th lesson. What is biodiversity? Why do biodiversity is important for human life? This is from geography 2nd lesson, forest and wildlife resources. Question answers. Diversity refers to rich flora and fauna. Flora means vegetation or trees, fauna means wildlife or animals. Here species which are diverse are varied form and functions but close integrated and interconnected in a system through interdependency. Here all the species depend upon each other. It may be animal or plants. In society, human being is interdependent. We are always depending upon others, on animals, on plants. Human are considered social animal. Human depends upon others for their survival and well-being. Without depending upon others, it will be difficult for us to survive. Biodiversity is important for human life because the human being along with the biodiversity form a complex web of ecological system in which we are only a part and are dependent on the system for our own existence. For our own existence, we are depending upon the ecosystem. Next question. How did the East India Company procure regular supplies of cotton and silk textiles from the Indian weavers? This is from history 4th lesson, the age of industrialization. After establishment of political power, the East India Company successfully procured a regular supply of cotton and silk textiles from Indian weavers by a series of actions. The actions are These actions were aimed at eliminating competition from other colonial powers, controlling cost, and ensuring regular supply of cotton and silk goods for Britain. Firstly, it appointed gomastas or paid servants to supervise weavers, collect supplies and examine textile quality. So, it was duty of the gomastas to supervise and to collect the textile from weavers. Secondly, it disallowed company weavers from dealing with other buyers. So, no other buyer should buy from these weavers. This was ascertained by a system of giving advance to the weavers for procuring raw material. So, the weavers were given advance by the East India Company to sell their products in return to them. Next question, point. Those who took these loans could not sell their cloth to anyone but gomastas. So, those whoever took advances, they sold their clothes only to gomastas of East India Company. Next question. What are the conditions under which democracies accommodate social diversity? This is from Political Science 5th lesson, outcome of democracy. Democracy helps to accommodate social diversity as follows. 1. Democracy is considered to be the most suitable form of government. It accommodates these diversities at aim at giving equal right and opportunity to all the citizens irrespective of caste, religion, color, sex, race, etc. Democracy ensures that the government should not be made by majority, but it should have the representation of minority as well. So, in the government both majority and minority should be there. Equality is maintained and fair representation is given to all. So, in almost all the cases equality is maintained and fair equal representation also given to both majority and minority. Next question. The issue of sustainability is important for development support. The issue of sustainability is important for development because 1. Sustainable development seeks to ensure that present development does not compromise the ability of future generation to meet their needs. Second, sustainable development is about finding a balance between economic growth, social progress and environmental protection. Third, if the natural resources are not used carefully, they may not be available for future generation. So, we must use it carefully. Currently, a reckless exploitation of non-renewable resources is going on. We are using as there is no tomorrow. So, we are using more and more without considering about the future generation. Since the stock of natural resources are like oil and minerals are limited, development should not take place at the cost of the scarce natural resources. They are not renewable in the near future, as they will not be renewable in near future. We must be careful while using those all natural resources. Environmental degradation and depletion of resources are threatening the future of our planet. Next question. Describe the bright future of solar energy in India. How solar energy will help our country. Solar energy has a bright future in India due to following reasons. 1. Solar energy is an inexhaustible source of energy that is produced from sunlight. It is unlimited. Everyone can use without any limit. Second, India is a tropical country. That means Tropic of Cancer is passing through India. It is near to equator where the sun's rays falls directly overhead. So we have enough scope for development of solar energy. Many parts of the country receive at least 300 days of sunlight annually. So it becomes possible to generate 20 megawatt of solar energy per square kilometer of area. Next, it is easy to establish solar plants in urban as well as rural areas. Next, solar plant in rural area will reduce the dependence of rural household on firewood and cow dung cake, which can thus be used as manure in agriculture. Solar energy also becoming popular as it is used for cooking, heating water, lighting, etc. Next question. Mention your effort to arise consciousness among customers. From Economics 5th lesson, Consumer Rights. Consumer consciousness refers to being aware of your rights as a consumer while buying any good or services. The following few examples state the need of consumer consciousness. First one, the ISI and AgMark logos are quality certification on certain class of product. So the customer must look for such certification while purchasing items. Second, consumer must have an adequate knowledge about the product that they are going to buy so that they can make an informed choice of the correct product to buy. Next, another example that proves that consumer consciousness is that a consumer must always ask for a computerized bill for the goods they buy. Generally, most people prefer to take computerized bill, but some people they are not asking. It is our duty to ask the computerized bill. Next, a person must always check the expiry and manufacturing dates of the product, when it was produced and up to how many days it can be used. It is our duty to check it before we purchase. Next question. Observe the given bar graph and answer the question. This is a bar graph of women in national parliament in different regions of the world. It is given in percentage. The world average is 24, whereas different countries are given here. Now we look for the question 1. Do you think America have achieved satisfactory level of women representation? It is the Americas, whereas we have more than America from nomadic countries, so it is not achieved. No, America have achieved satisfactory level of women's representation, not at all. Next question. How many regions are below average in women representation in national parliament? Below average means less than 24. So below average are India, Pacific, Arab states, Asia and Sub-Sahara Africa. These are comes under below average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 regions. 5 regions are below average in women representation. Which region has highest percentage of women representation in national parliament? The highest is Nordic countries. The right answer is Nordic countries has highest percentage of women representation in the national parliament. Give any one region for least women representation in national parliament. The regions are: women's literacy rate is very low, Even they are educated, they are not politically motivated, they are not interested in politics. Society think that politics is not profession at women. So society thinks women are not suitable for politics. That's why their representation is very less. Next question. Observe the map and answer the questions. It is from history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Question is, the given map is related to the unification of which country? It is very clear, even though sometimes you may get this heading or not, but when we see this heading, we can see it is a matter of unification of Germany. It is earlier known as Prussia. Answer is Germany. Name any one sea that is to the north of this given map, north of it. North means up. So in north we have Baltic Sea, and Baltic Sea is the right answer, and North Sea also we can find here. Next, name the empire that is on the east side of map. East side of map we have Russian Empire. The answer is Russian Empire. Who was the king of Prussia at the time of unification? At the time of unification, the king of Prussia was William I. Next question. Section 4 is very important section. Question number 29 to 33. Each question carries 8 marks. Here you can find internal choice. The same time, question number 33 is a map based question. It is map locating. There you have to locate India as well as the world map separately. So very important topics where you have to give more importance. They are 8 mark question topics. One is geography, 3rd lesson, and geography 4th lesson. One will be the regular, the other one will be the internal choice to it. From history, lesson number 2 and lesson number 5. One is regular, the other one is the choice, internal choice. From political science, you have to look after lesson number 1 and lesson number 4. And from economics, you have to read lesson number 2 and lesson number 4, and lesson number 3 for 8 mark questions. Now question number 29A. Describe how modern adaptation of traditional rainwater harvesting methods are being carried out to conserve and store water. So to store water, what are the practices followed? We have to look after once. Modern adaptation of traditional rainwater harvesting methods which are being carried out to conserve and store water are as follow. They are: 1. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is practiced in semi-arid areas of Rajasthan to store drinking water. So next, in the semi-arid and arid region of Rajasthan, particularly in Bikaner, Phalodi and Barmer, across the towns and villages of the Thar desert, almost all houses traditionally had underground tanks or tankas for storing drinking water. Next, in hills and mountains regions, people build diverse channels to collect rainwater, spring water and store in a circular tank. That means they store water in ponds in hilly areas. Next, in arid and semi regions, agricultural fields were converted into rainfed storage structure that allow the water to stand and moisten the soil, like Khadins in Jaisalmer and Johadas in other part of Rajasthan. In floodplains of Bengal, people developed inundation canals to irrigate their fields. Bamboo drip irrigation is one more method of traditional method, is being used for water from stream and spring in the hills get transported to agriculture fields by using bamboo as a pipes. These are all are traditional method for storing water. Next, 929B suggest the initiatives taken by the government to ensure increase in agriculture production. The government has initiated many institutions and technological reforms for increasing production and productivity in the agriculture sector. They are among the technological reform, the major initiatives are promotion of green revolution, white revolution, etc. Introduction of high yield variety HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Practice of drip irrigation or other irrigation techniques for better production. Power supply for irrigation. These are the technological reforms. Among institutional reforms, one is land reform including collectivism, consolidation of land holding. Second, financial assistance to farmers like subsidies, insurance against crop failures, personal harm, Kisan credit card KCC, personal accident insurance scheme PAIS, and so on. Establishment of advanced research institutions for further progress like Indian Council of Agriculture and Research ICAR, agriculture universities, meteorological research unit, agriculture specific satellite launch, etc. Minimum support price, that is MSP, for buying of surplus crops in protection from market exploitation. Next question. This is the read paragraph and comment. So, you have to read the paragraph thoroughly 2 or 3 times. You have to understand the main concept, the theme of it, and you have to write in point wise. Here it is the incident of Gandhiji where he prepared salt by dissolving Britishers' laws. It was the incident of 6th April 1930s, where he walked along with his trusted followers for 240 miles and more. Now, we see the comments, how we must write it. First of all, as the demand were not fulfilled, Gandhiji started his famous salt march from his Sabarmati ashram to Gujarat coast town of Dandi. Second, salt march accompanied by his 78 trusted volunteers, means these 78 volunteers are travelled along with Mahatma Gandhi. Third, the march was over 240 miles of distance. The march was continued for 24 days, around 10 miles per day they walked. On reaching Dandi on 6th April 1930, ceremonially Gandhi violated the salt law by manufacturing salt by boiling sea water. Next, it was successful movement where all sections of people participated in movement. All sections in the sense man, woman, rich, poor, labor, owners, and almost all. Next, meaning of Swaraj was explained by Gandhiji to all participants. Swaraj in the sense use of own country made goods. Next, first time women left their home and joined the movement. So, in this movement, women also joined along with Mahatma Gandhi. So, you can write few more points also regarding civil disobedience movement or salt movement. Next question. Print culture assisted the growth of nationalism in India. Comment. This is from history, 5th lesson, print culture and modern world. First, print not only stimulated the publication of conflicting opinions among communities, but also connected communities and people of different parts of India. The following factors assisted the growth of nationalism in India throughout the print culture. So, the first one is new ideas and debates. There were many persons criticized the existing practices. They criticized existing practices as they are not good. Reforms and etc. The debates were carried out openly in public and print. So, whatever they criticized, it was mentioned in the paper and it was said among all the people. Second, print and newspapers. Newspapers reported on colonial misrule and encouraged nationalists. Whatever the Britishers they did bad with us, these all are published in the newspapers. Third, connecting various communities. So, print not only stimulated the publication of conflicting opinion among communities, but also connect communities and people living in different parts of India. Newspaper conveyed news from one place to another place, creating a pan-Indian identity. Next, various novels on national history. Many movie writers by Indian novelists like Anandamath by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay created a sense of pan-Indian belonging. Munshi Premchand's novel Godan highlighted how Indian peasants were exploited by the colonial bureaucrats. Next, various images of Bharat Mata. Painters like Raja Ravi Verma and Avanindranath Tagore drew images of Bharat Mata which produced a sense of nationalism among Indians. So, devotion to mother figure came to be seen as evidence of one's nationalism. This way, print culture assisted to growth of nationalism in India. What are the different forms of power sharing in modern democracies? Give an example of each of them. In modern democracy, the following are some of the important forms of power sharing. They are: one is power sharing among the different organs of the government. This is known as horizontal distribution of power. In this form of power sharing, power is assisted by constitution among different organs of the government such as legislature, executive and judiciary. So, power is distributed among three organs of the government in horizontal distribution of power system. Next is power sharing among government at different levels. This is known as vertical distribution of power sharing. Various levels in the sense as a union government, as country level, or we can call federal government also, state government, local government like municipalities and panchayats etc. So, power is shared among different levels by the government. Third one is power sharing among political parties, pressure groups and movements. In democracy, power is shared among different political parties that represent different ideologies and social groups. Next, power sharing among different social groups. In democracy, especially in multi-ethnic society like Belgium, Sri Lanka or India, power is shared among social groups such as religious and linguistic groups. It is called as community government. It was in Belgium. It is a good example of this arrangement. So, power is shared in power sharing among different organs, power sharing among government at different levels, power sharing among political parties, pressure groups and power sharing among different social groups. 31b. Suggest some reform to strengthen parties so that to perform their functions well. So, what are the reforms should be taken for political parties betterment? Some suggestions for reform political parties. The one is anti-defection law, which prevents elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties At the same time, this law has made any dissent even more difficult. We know very well nowadays MPs and MLAs, after winning from one party, they are changing their parties for their own benefit. It was avoided or banned as per anti-defection law. Second, it is mandatory for every candidate to give details of his property and criminal cases pending against him. Whoever contest elections, they have to give the details of property, whatever the property they have and what are the cases pending on them. Third, every candidate who contest election need to file a affidavit. That means they have to sign our stamp, government stamp, and they have to write everything of their own. Next, political parties should maintain a register of its members and have periodic elections for their office bearers. In every party, there will be president, secretary, councillor, treasurer, etc. So, for them there should be a regular elections or periodic elections to elect them, and they must maintain a register of the names. Next, political parties should have 1/3 seat reserved for women. So, women candidates should be given 1/3 of reservation. The government should give money to parties to support their election expenditure. Nowadays, we are seeing that lot of people are distributing money before elections for begging vote. Instead of that all, if the government as politics become more expensive, so government must support almost all political parties to existence, for their existence. People should put pressure on political parties through petitions, publicity and agitations. Next, political parties should give false promises, should not give false promises. We are nowadays seeing they are giving false promises and they are not fulfilling after they won the elections. Next question. Observe the table and answer the given question. It is from economics second lesson, sector of Indian economy. Workers in different sectors, that is the primary, secondary, tertiary sector, are organized in an unearned sector. Question is, what is the percentage of people in unorganized sector in agriculture? So, agriculture comes under a unorganized sector. See, it is a primary sector, agriculture primary sector. In primary, we find organized is only 1%, remaining are unorganized. That means total 232. One is organized, means the remaining 231 comes under unorganized sector in primary sector. The answer is 231 divided by 232 into 100. It gives you 99.56% of primary sector are unorganized sector. Do you agree that agriculture is an unorganized sector activity and why? Yes, I agree, because workers in this agriculture does not have facility of fixed working hours. He may or may not get adequate wages. There is no social security. Hence, agriculture can be kept under unorganized sector. They may not have secure job. The jobs they may lose at any time. The hour of work may be 10 to 12 hours. It is not fixed also. That's why agriculture is an unorganized sector. If we look at the country as a whole, we find that % of workers in India are in unorganized sector. % in the sense, see, this is unorganized. We have to count this all. 1 plus 4, 5 plus 8 to 3. 13, 9, 16, 19. So, 393 is total comes under unorganized. Out of 4, how much we have to see, this 2 we have to count. 5, 9, 7, 1. So, 4 out of 475, 393 are comes under unorganized sector. So, 393 divided by 475 into 100 is equal to 82.74% people are working under a unorganized sector. Next, organized sector employment is available to only about 10% of workers in India. So, no doubt we came to know 82.74 are organized sector, unorganized. So, remaining comes under organized, that is 100 minus 82.74, it gives us around 17.26. Also you can find like this way, 82 divided by 475 total into 100. So, it comes under up to 72. Whenever a table is given, just you go through it thoroughly and with patience you can find all the answers easily. This is called information skill based questions where you can score full marks. No need to worry. Next question. Basing on the given picture, observe the source of credit in rural household. So, this is the source of credit per 1000 of rural household in 2012. After observing this graph, you have to write your comment. The first one is, the given graph shows all the source of credit, that means loan of per 1000 of rural household in India in the year 2012. First point. Second point, your observation, second observation. As we can see in rural household, money lenders, landlords and relatives and friends account for 45% of total credit. See here, relatives 8%, money lenders 33%, landlords 1% and others 2. Totally it comes to 44% of the rural credit. Next observation, the former sector including commercial banks, cooperative society banks and government account for 56 of the total credit, means these are called formal government, cooperative society, commercial banks etc. are formal credit, these are informal. Next point, compared to the formal lender, most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans. These are informal, they charge more interest rate than that of government or formal sectors. Next observation, that the cost of borrower of informal loan in rural household is much higher. So, the poor rural household have to pay large amount for borrowing, they have to pay more as a interest. Next, formal sector still meet only about half of the total credit need of the rural household. Formal in the sense, formal government government banks are providing only 56%, remaining around 44% people are depending upon informal credit sources, that means from friends, relatives and landlords. Next, so this source of credit could lead to increase in debt and debt trap. So, due to more rate of interest, they are also sometimes suffering with the debt and debt traps. Next question is a map. Question number 33 is very important and interesting. First is India map, the second one is world map. You have to locate both maps. Here question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 given, in world map also 1 to 8 is given. So, while mapping, while locating, map pointing, you have to take little care. First of all, India map. Thar desert, we know very well Thar desert located in Rajasthan. So, here you have to draw a margin and write as a Thar desert. Second, Mahanadi, it flows in Orissa and joins with Bay of Bengal, is a river Mahanadi. Third, Andaman Nicobar Islands, it is in Bay of Bengal, east of India, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. South Central Railway headquarter, it located in Hyderabad. South Central Railways headquarter located in Hyderabad. Fifth one is Kerala. Kerala is in western southwest part of India, a small state. Goa is the smallest state of India, in the west side of India. 7th, New Delhi. New Delhi is the capital of India. And 8th is Amravati is the capital of Andhra Pradesh. So, you have to locate and write the number on the heading. You can mark all the points and write the number next to it. If you so you can locate both, that means 1 to 4 and 5 to 8, whichever wherever you score more marks, that will be awarded and that will be considered as a right. Next, oral map. Here 1 to 4 and 5 to 8, you here also you can locate all. First one is Britain. This is a group of islands in Europe. Second, Italy, a country in Europe which is on the side of Mediterranean Sea. Third, South Africa. It lies in the southern part of African continent. South Africa. Fourth, Red Sea. The sea lies between Arab and Egypt, that is Africa. Fifth, Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world. It lies in Asia and Europe. Sixth, Brazil. Brazil is one of the largest country of the world. It lies in southern American continent. Seventh, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka lies just below India, that is south of India, a island country. Eighth, USA. That is the most powerful nation of the world, United States of America. I hope this video is very useful for you. Please make a like, share this video among your friends. If you are new to my video and not subscribed, please subscribe it and click the bell icon. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you once again.